gangs. Some preach nonviolence, but find themselves surrounded by tension. Tonight, Fox goes undercover into the world of posses, clubs, and cliques. They call themselves huerfanitos, little orphans in English. A collection of former gang members and taggers who live on the edge of Culver City and now redefine themselves as a club, not a gang.
That's what a lot of us hate. We're not out to kill nobody. We don't do nothing like that. We're just out to party and have fun. We're gonna baptize.
Even their initiation ritual for new members breaks with regular gang tradition.
We don't beat up nobody. It's not beating up nobody, but it's a kind of different way. For fun like this. Yeah.
Fun, not fear, drives the ceremony.
Huh? Baptize! You gotta check this out. Go. They're not actually beating them up.
A good-natured jostling replaces hard fists against flesh. Afterward, a smile instead of blood marks the face of the newest huerfanito. It is a deliberate move away from the brutal beating ceremony that normally initiates a gang member.
We don't need that. We don't need no gang banging with us, because we're not gang bangers.
Up north 187!
And in sharp contrast to hardcore gang members,
come on, you can do it!
Prior to Election Day, huerfanitos involved themselves in a social issue, Proposition 187.
Not cause any trouble because, you know, then they're going to say, oh, see, these Mexicans and these people that just here causing trouble, look what they're doing. So let's just try to have something peaceful.
A half-dozen huerfanitos began this 187 protest outside Hamilton High School on the west side.
We need you to go back to the sidewalk. We will.
Arguably, the protest is orderly, but students are drawn out of class.
No 187!
And the demonstrators, trailed by school security, grow to nearly 100.
I'm gonna stay with the group.
Then, shadowed by the police, the huerfanitos-led protesters march off. After more than an hour of walking, they arrive here at Culver City High School. And more than 24 students on the athletic field break to join the protest. Some bolt over the fence, all started by a half-dozen huerfanitos.
No 187!
As the demonstrators march on, the event seems no more threatening than a high school pep rally.
Back on sidewalk.
Until this.
Okay, we got a 415, 415.
Fists fly when an 18th Street gang member who joined the protest march earlier in another neighborhood is now caught in rival gang territory. Local Culver City gangsters involved in the fight run off. Police cuff the 18th Streeter. And then under the watchful eye of the law, huerfanitos finish up their 187 protest in relative peace.
This is our spot at where we have all of our meetings at.
Unlike gang members, huerfanitos say they don't fight over territory. No drive-by shootings.
Let's go.
With no turf to defend, they move with relative freedom through different neighborhoods.
Hey, let's go in.
But they do travel in a large gang-like group that can be threatening. Their presence at parties like this one in South Central can ignite trouble.
Let's act like human beings and let's continue this party.
Huerfanitos insist they don't look for trouble, but refuse to run from it.
We keep it cool with everybody, you know. But once they, mess with us, all right, we don't want to. As you know, we ain't gonna let nobody push us down, right?
And to increase their power and protection on the streets, huerfanitos have linked up with two other groups. A club from LA called Asesinos, or Assassins. And a posse from South Central named Pobres, or Poor Ones. They have all united, together calling themselves a clique named the Pimps.
Pimps, huerfanitos.
19-year-old Lonely, once a hardcore gang member, shot 3 different times and stabbed twice, says cliques like the Pimps are a step toward a saner, safer life on the streets.
Getting along with people that you never got along with, you know, from different neighborhoods, that's a really big step to take, you know, because you're not gonna, if you saw him, I'm talking to my homie right here, yeah, I mean, he was from a different neighborhood, I was from a different neighborhood, and right now we're partying together, you know.
But for the Pimps and other cliques, the push into partying and peace is not as easy as it might seem. The trappings of gang life keep pulling them back.
I mean, the whole idea of making a club up was to get away from violence, you know. But some people just cannot, you know, they're so used to being, you know, in violence. They're just so used to it, they can't get away from it, you know. So just go back from where they started, you know.
The lure of booze, dope, and sex can quickly lead to baseball bats, beatings, and bedlam. It is a push-pull existence that can haunt clubs and posses that are trying to make a change, often proving it is far easier to say you are not a gang than it is in reality not to be one. We'll have more on that tomorrow. Here in South Central, a rainbow of strobe lights signals the party is on. Like a beam, it draws in a group of former gang members and taggers who call themselves the Pimps. Not a gang, they say, but a clique, looking for a change.
We got out of gangbanging.
Mickey, who used to run with a street gang, is one of them.
We don't want to be out there shooting people, you know, blasting the people. We just want to, you know, kick back, you know, go out and have party, you know, have fun.
But as the Pimps hit the door,
Everybody kick back!
there is already tension inside.
Everybody kick back!
Different cliques and clubs throw their hand sign.
Show everybody that we do got Let me this shit up.
The tension builds. Another club, Amansadores, is in the crowd. Pimps don't get along with them. Eventually, a fight breaks out. And later it moves outside. Someone is stomped. The Pimps pound a security guard who maced one of their homeboys inside the party. A gunshot punctuates the fighting. The maced Pimp loses control. All hell breaks loose. There is a scramble for cover and escape. It is all over in a few minutes.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Luckily, no one is shot. So, what happened to this clique formed to avoid violence? The Pimps explain it this way.
There's a saying, you know, you can't escape the gang's violence. We try our best, you know, but like not the clubs that come to are ending the same shit as gangs.
Because there's always a crazy fool out there and shit, he won't start shit. You may see us kind of crazy, but there's some crazier people too.
Here, nursing their bumps and bruises after the fight.
I got here with a chair.
The Pimps still insist they are different from hardcore gangsters.
Yeah, we're not a gang. No, we're just Kipper-Jeep-a-Jam. We just don't like them on Salores.
They say they're not looking for trouble, just watching their backs.
He just started acting crazy, man. So that's all I had to do. Just back off.
They say they don't kill anyone, but it's clear the violence excites them.
I was king of
The Pimps are pumped. Their adrenaline meter is running high.
You know who this is?
Handcuffs stolen from a security guard are held up like a team trophy.
See what you get, motherfucker, for fucking with us?
A gang mentality infiltrates the night. But a few days later, on a Friday night,
Get on the sidewalk. That's against the law.
the Pimps are not partying, at least not yet. They're launching another relatively peaceful Vote No on 187 demonstration. This was a few days before the election. A motorist angered by a protester in the street has some harsh words. The Pimps swarm the car, but stop short of violence. Later, police officers take some names and warn the Pimps to keep moving and keep order. They do, The demonstration continues without an incident. The pimps ask those who see them as gangsters to give them a chance.
You're trying to change, little by little. I know it will make a change, You could change little by little, but it takes time, You used to doing stuff that when you're from a neighborhood and now you're from a vaquero club, you try to change.
But clearly, this doesn't help make that change. Pimps spending the night smoking Primo.
Primo was good.
A mixture of marijuana and crack cocaine.
Clear the street out now.
On the other hand, when confronted by police at a South Central hangout,
Can we all just get along with the cops?
pimps seem to cooperate without a hard street attitude.
Take it off!
But a few do carry guns. And here they surround a car outside a girl's birthday party. Forcibly stealing a jacket and gold chain from a gang member they say has hassled them before. 2 weeks later, here at an East LA party,
You missed all the action!
pimps gather in the street outside. Black powder burns scar a pimp's t-shirt where a rival club member fired 2 blank pistol rounds at him before he wrestled the gun away.
My homie just socked him and took it away from him.
The pimps are amused even though they discover the next round in the pistol clip is a live one.
My bullet in there was real.
And had the real bullet killed a pimp, what then?
Pimps.
Would the pimps for the first time kill in retaliation? The pimps, like every other posse, clique, or club, are living on the edge. Listen to the drunken ramblings of a 16-year-old pimp.
Sometimes I cry at night because every time I hear of a Mexican killing a Mexican or basically anybody killing anybody, I get sad because it shouldn't be like that. So, to God, everything I've done, I'm sorry and I love you very much. I love you more than anybody in the world.
So are the pimps a gang or not? The cops say they are. Others say the cliques, clubs, and posses are just a cry.